Music. Yeah, I mean, I literally every time I log into this game, I immediately fall back in love with it. Thank you for watching. We will see you guys in the next one. I keep doing that. It's the wrong intro. It's the outro. Anyway, we're back. Yeah, it's been a while. I haven't played this in about 5 days, I think, right? It was actually before, yeah, it's Wednesday morning that I finished recording all those things. Today's actually Monday morning, so I'm going to record this and then get this episode out this morning, and then I'll make a second one for Tuesday, just letting you know. Talking out loud. Did have a little time to get a little bit of playtime, but not enough to record. So we'll quickly do the stuff that we've been doing. I actually have to try to remember where our goals are at this point. I spent a lot of time delving into Pokemon stuff, man. If you guys aren't aware, I am now... we talked about this a couple episodes ago, but like I was thinking about trying to reinvest the money. I was thinking about buying old booster packs. That still seems like a really like... The thing about what I'm doing now is it's gonna be a very long time before any money is actually made. But it does seem like super suspect, like buying old booster packs. Like, yeah, if you don't get them weighed and sold out of a pack, out of a box or whatever, then it's really unlikely you're gonna get anything at all. But obviously, if you did get something, it would sell way quicker than the stuff I'm investing in now. But either way, it's still fun to collect Pokemon cards. The 151 set seems like a really gorgeous set. I want to try to collect it. So we have already begun making videos on Ace Games TV. This is my third channel. Well, it's my original channel, and then it became my second channel, and now I guess it's my third channel. So yeah, I had a lot of fucking fun opening that box. As of right now, I've only opened one, but I have some things that I'm going to be doing today. And then when I return from those things, there should be at least one more thing here, if not maybe 2 or 3 more things here, depending. I don't know how long some of this stuff's going to take to get here, but I ordered it all on Friday, and today's Monday, so I would assume a lot of stuff is going to start showing up today and tomorrow. But I will be doing unboxings on those things, and then I will be doing... when the PSA cards got finally graded and sent back, I'll be doing that stuff. I was also thinking about maybe doing like a collection overview for what everything looks like and what I have, even just to preserve them, because like I would like to sell this stuff, but honestly I kind of am gonna regret doing it. Like, it's gonna be tough to do, as well as like it's fun to do, and I'm glad I'm enjoying selling it. But I will someday probably look back and be like, man, I wish I kept some of that stuff, you know? So I want to maybe get some video footage of it, and then, that will be all I need to look back and enjoy it. But yeah. I don't know, like I said, I'm not too sentimental about the collection. I don't really have many memories of Pokemon cards when I was young. I have very few that are even... yeah, like would ever be considered sentimental. I'm not sure I have any actually, so. But it still represents a time in my life where I do not want to forget. I mean, I was very young, like, I'm trying to think, like 1999, man. I was only 10 years old, right? Well, I don't think that, yeah, I think we looked at it a couple episodes ago, but 2000, I think, was probably when I did the bulk of the collecting, and then probably like 2000 into 2001, maybe. Yeah, it would have been like 12 at most. It's really strange. Like I can't picture myself being 12. I don't remember much else from that time, but I do remember sitting in the cafeteria in our elementary school and talking and dealing with Pokemon cards. We used to literally bring our cards in our lunch boxes because they wouldn't let us have them elsewhere. And then we would play at the cafeteria. So there was like nobody there to stop us, kind of thing. It was actually, yeah, that's something I have a memory of, and I do have a fond memory of it. So, and then obviously, not reminiscing about sneaking Pokemon cards into school and then playing at lunch, but it's a funny thing to think back at. And there'll probably be a day when I forget that story. But anyway. Wow, what's going on with WoW? Let's see. Mop Remix, honestly, kind of on the back burner right now, especially now that I'm embarking on that. I do want to still make content on this channel. Obviously, I'm going to try to keep up with it, but Yeah, this weekend it came. This was actually the first time I did not release an episode of this since it launched. But big thing is just making sure that, well, you know, there's priorities, unfortunately, so I wanted to get that Pokemon stuff done, which is too exciting. And, you know, if it comes time to make another video on that, I'll probably choose to do it. It did take a really long time to make that video. If you haven't seen it, it is 40 minutes long. It was over an hour and a half worth of footage using the GoPro, and I think it went great. I'm really actually pleased with it. I think the lighting at times was not great, but I did record it out, like outside, sort of. We had like this like kind of closed in back porch area. I thought it would be quiet. It was quiet. I did have the windows open though, so you could hear some noise from behind me, but it was quite quiet. So I think it was perfect. Just a little bit of a work on placement of the camera, I think, and a little bit of work on my hands and the cards placement. Yeah, I'm interested in collecting and maybe someday flipping, you know? I like it. It's fun. It's actually quite fun. And it's not as I mean, I don't know, you get a lot of cards. $6. I think it's like $6.50. What was it? I just did it the other day, right? 100 divided by 16. Yeah, $6.25 per pack from that box. I mean, it's hard to believe that we wouldn't make our money back on that, you know, someday. I mean, I think we can make our money back on it right now. It's just really unlikely that I can sell every card in the pack right now. Like, the cards don't go for 0 cents, you know, they all sell for something close to $1, even the commons. But yeah, selling them is the hard part, and this is a big problem. I don't know how this is gonna work out, but on eBay, I'm only allowed to list 10 items a day, or 10 items a month, I mean. And that's really limited me. I listed some things that I don't think are going to sell. Although I don't know why they wouldn't, but they've just gotten like 0 views. Some of the stuff I listed had like dozens of views. And some of the stuff I listed sold the same day I listed it. So regardless of views, it was obviously getting seen. But yeah, like I listed this first edition Team Rocket Charmander, not like the base set Charmander, and it has 0 views still to this day. That was one of the first things I listed, which I'm surprised by, because Charmander usually you would expect to be a popular character, but on top of that, it does say it sells 1 per day on TCG or whatever on price charting. I don't know if TCG Player shows how many sell how frequently. I guess they don't, because they're trying to make their own marketplace. So it's like not really relevant to them how many sell per day. They don't care. Whereas price charting is like a website to try to help the buyer only. I don't think they do anything related to selling stuff, do they? Okay, is that a website where you can actually list cards? I don't know. I don't know, like after using these products, I'm not really sure. I don't really like TCG Player. It's got a lot of great resources, but I just don't really like it. It's kind of confusing, and the weird thing is, like, it shows like market price, and then it shows what's going on. It says like market price, but then it's like listed as low as like a quarter of that market price. I guess that's them trying to like help both parties at the same time. Like, oh, you're looking to buy this? Well, here's the cheapest one. But you're looking to sell this? Well, here's the actual median price. But it looks really weird when you see it. Like, market price is $3, but here's the lowest one for 50 cents. It's like, well, how the fuck is the market price $3 then? Like, what? That doesn't make a lot of sense to me. I don't really like that. And it's kind of confusing, because then you see all of these cards listed that you're not aware of. Like, are these people trying to go off this lowest listing to just undercut and sell it instantly then? Like, I feel like it's confusing. Whereas eBay is very straightforward. It tells you the median price when you list a card. And if that doesn't line up with what I see on price charting, then I usually have to dig a little bit harder to see exactly what the average is recently. But yeah, realistically, I just go with that, and that's easy mode. Bunch of cars traveling very slow down the road. Anyway, I think they fixed this situation with the dungeons, because when I did this, I did one dungeon over the weekend. It was a Mogushan Palace or whatever, whichever one, and I did get 3 out of 3 credit, even though the last time we did that dungeon I didn't. So I don't know if that was a bug or what, but luckily it seems like it's all set. Is this guy like taunting or something? I'm really confused. He's doing half the damage I am, or half the DPS I am, and he's pulled threat multiple times now. We're actually done, but yeah, obviously we gotta get the completion credit as well from the thing. You gotta really love your spec to play a DPS spec in this, I feel like. Tanks just seems so much more powerful. It's like there's not... like, they don't do less damage, you know what I mean? Like, it's actually crazy, and then, like, we've heard, like, they have incredible ability to heal the group, too, so... to play a DPS, like, that guy, I don't know if he did that on purpose, like, he just, like, ran ahead and just died. I assumed he thought he could solo whatever he was fighting on there. I don't know if he pulled the boss or something. But, like, there's no way I'm gonna do it, no matter what power level I am, there's no way I'm gonna have that happen to me. So if you got that mentality, you probably should just roll prot. Then again, how many times have we seen that in the Mythic Plus world? So people have this weird thing in their head about self-sufficiency when they're choosing to play a spec that doesn't have that kind of control. It's actually really strange how many people, like, backseat the tank or, like, basically have a tank ego despite playing a fucking cloth DPS. Like, what? Bro, you can't do this dungeon without me, man. You better give me a little bit of respect at least. You better give me a little bit of, just a shred is all I'm asking for here, honestly. I gotta remember to loot. That's all good. Yeah, we're pretty much coming. Anyway, so back to this. We're pretty much coming up to the end of this here. I think we outlined it in the last episode or something. I am close to finishing. Well, I am going to finish the class collection today in this episode probably, and then I will work on the other items collected, which seem to be easy enough. Like, that's going to be way less total, I think. And then after that, it's going to be trying to sell it. Sell it? That's 2 worlds combining there, sorry. It's going to be trying to solo the raids. And if it works out, then I'll continue messing around with it. But if not, then we're done. We still have one, oh yeah. We have one more scenario to do as well. We'll do that after we do the dailies. And then I was gonna farm for gear. Chick sent me, I don't know, somebody, there's been a rapid fire a couple days. Somebody, I think this chick sent me some kind of add-on to help with it or something. I don't even remember the name of it though at this point. But yeah, probably just not gonna bother. Now that the beta's out, I think yeah, this will be over in a few episodes. Probably the last week of Mop Remix for me. We'll probably come back to it later on. I want to do a leveling challenge on it, but yeah, I want to divert my attention to the beta starting soon here. Once it's fully playable and not, I don't know, it's kind of a mess right now, but it does look like it's pretty intact. I was playing and I expected it to not be intact given the fact that there was still a Questastar guy, but I think it's actually intact other than that start. So I probably am gonna start doing a full speed run type playthrough of it. That is going to be starting probably next week. We'll see. Although I'm not going to be able to stream next Friday, so it's going to be unfortunate. So it's going to do at least one day of the beta. But all right, anyway, that's it for that. Let's do this scenario, and then go do the regular scenario, and then the one that we have left. Solo that, And then we'll be able to queue for regular scenarios too if we want the extra bronze. But yeah, it's all good, man. I actually kind of missed leveling in here too, man, so I'm kind of looking forward to it. But yeah, right now I think it's time to get on the beta. Start thinking about leveling our main. And especially because character copies work. Like, it's basically like, I feel like they're way further along. And now that we know the release date, yes, I forgot about this. The release date is very soon. Oh shit, a bunch of stuff got sent to me. Didn't loot a boss, I guess, somewhere. But yeah, release date is very soon, like ultra soon. I can't believe that. It's less than 2 months, right? Well, the pre-patch would be less than 2 months. Presumably. There's some people like arguing that there won't be a pre-patch. Like, I don't... Because if Mob Remix is ending on the 19th and the patch comes out the 22nd, the expansion comes out the 22nd, then that would mean that the pre-patch would come out the 20th and there's only be 2 days of it. I mean, I just don't see that. That's just not gonna happen. I mean, I don't get it unless they have some new plan, like in there, like people were saying, like, you know, I think those people are really thinking outside the box, which is great, but well, I'm not a great outside the box thinker, first of all, but besides that, I don't think that you can launch an expansion without the patch being there for a while, right? The way I look at it is it's not really for content, it's more for stability. Because pre-patches usually are the buggy thing, and then the launch night goes perfect. Recently, at least. In the past, it was a little different, but right now, I think that's probably still mandatory. I don't think you can launch the expansion and just go live the next day. Because that would be what would happen. It would literally, the pre-patch, you know, knowing how fucking server maintenance works, the pre-patch would probably launch like late Tuesday, and then midday Thursday, so less than 48 hours usually, like, probably, right? Really, well, maybe not less, maybe like exactly 48 hours, because the expansion is set to launch at 6 Eastern, which is great for me. I love that start time. That's my favorite start time. Shit used to launch at 3 a.m., man, and it was rough. I remember staying up mad late, and all my friends who were like, you know, they were adults, they had jobs, they had kids, they would stay up too, and it was a kind of a stressful night because you'd be sitting there all morning, all afternoon, waiting for this shit, knowing that you have to stay up really late, and sometimes you wouldn't be able to sleep the day before, so you know you're gonna be even more tired. But yeah, I don't know. I like it better now, for sure. This is definitely a better experience. They all just get brought up somehow. What was that? Who aggroed that? That's a good little strategy. This guy's actually the real deal. Remonk. Yep, 556. It's not as powerful as I've seen other 556s though. But that's pretty powerful. Let's use a tank maybe. Yeah, I still don't really know this one very well. Oh, it looks like it's going quick. Cannon we use or what? Somebody died. I don't know what the hell's going on there. This guy's like not powerful, and it's just that guy and then me as well, who's not really that powerful, but we're above average. Okay. Done. This is still happening, I guess. It's really weird how that happens. Alright. John Avon Lands. Let's look it up. Okay, anyway, let's turn that in, and then, yeah, we'll get started buying stuff. And then hopefully, yeah, I guess that's pretty much it. We're just ready to get moving on other stuff that we still want to do.
Greetings.
It's actually weird. This is like the first time I took a break from Mop Remix. It feels kind of weird coming back to it now. I've like forgotten everything, I feel like. Is he wearing a different set of gear every day or something? I just noticed he's wearing this gear now. Oh, are we actually done with it? Did we buy them all last episode? Huh. I guess we must have. I don't remember finishing it, but I guess we are done. Or is it bugged or something? I know they made some changes to stuff, like you can buy stuff they used to not be able to buy. But I guess it's good, right? I mean, surely we must have finished it. I don't remember finishing it, but like I said, it's been a little bit of time here. Alright, so yeah, now it's time to just buy other stuff. World Apparel. Yeah, I think I remember buying some of these. Alright, so anyway, we got 12k, so actually let's go ahead and scrap as well.
Looking for something special?
Okay, so yeah, we're definitely buying these sets. Well, hold on a second. Yeah, see, I already have that. That's the original set, so we don't need to buy that one. And then we'll buy the rest of these. I'm pretty sure all of these like work no matter what loot you are. I think, right? They're not cloth or something. It's okay, so those ones are only, so that's pretty much it. Like, we're pretty much done. So I'm planning on buying cloth gear.
Goodbye.
So let's see what we got after that.
Greetings, traveler.
Yeah, so we have this set's already known. I don't think there's any way to get rid of it other than buy it though. And the rest of this stuff is only for certain classes, so I think you could buy it. Maybe I would if I don't really feel like I would, but we'll see. I mean, I still have some other goals that I want to accomplish. Is there any of the plate gear that we don't have? Oh, is there? Oh, okay. There's actually more sets of plate gear than it originally looks. So there's that set, but it's already known, so presumably it means we have every single item in it, right? I think there's some that say, oh yeah, no, they all say already known. Okay, so yeah, these are all sets that we've completed already, so we don't have any reason to buy those. So that's kind of it, man. We're kind of done. I'll buy these sets because they're just unique and that there's no reason not to get them. But yeah, there's actually no other gear that I want from this vendor, right? I feel like there's got to be something else, but it's just all recolors of shit that's already in the game, and it's all stuff that I can't wear anyway on my tank. Evoker gear. Is that even mop gear? I don't know what that is. I quite like that set, but yeah. So many colors of it. Maybe we can buy some of the other stuff though. I love how there's like big dye things back here. That's cool. How about toys? Like, what do they got? The battle. I mean, I probably already have a lot of this stuff. Old odd polished stone. I mean, I don't think I really care about toys, to be honest. I wish I did, but if I did, I'd have all these things. Like, they're just not interesting. Is there any that is actually really cool that I don't have? Pandarian firework launcher. Gastropod shell. That one's still in the game, though, right? All those things are still in the game. Oh, yeah. Maybe buy the mounts, huh? Because there are mounts that only come from here, right? Where are those? Those are here somewhere. I think, oh, it's this guy. Have it down here, right?
Hi.
And they're cheap, too. I mean, I'm not really a mount guy, but it does seem like silly to not buy them because they're going to go away. How many are there? There's a good amount. Anything under like a high price means it's unique to this, right? Alright, well, we got some things that we can continue doing. I may try to collect them out. We'll see. I haven't decided how much I want to continue playing this, but unfortunately, like, none of these colors are even nice. I can't see myself using a single one of these mounts. Oh yeah, these ones though. I really wanted to get this mount. Where is it? This Spawn of Horadon. 38k though. Maybe we'll save up for that. Astral Serpent, Onyx Serpent, G-Con. All this stuff's still in the game though, you know? Like, it just doesn't seem like I should try, like, because I'm gonna eventually go get it for transmog. I want to try to get like transmog collection going someday. Anyway, I have all these ideas. Obviously, like, I'll never be able to do them. So we were still looking for an item from Golden Lotus stuff, right? I don't even know at this point. I'm honestly like feeling like totally unsure what to do now at this point. So let's go ahead and how long have we been going here? We've been going for 25 minutes. All right, let's go do the dailies. We're gonna go do Golden Lotus dailies one more time. See if we get anything valuable. And then I definitely want to do that Arena of Annihilation. That'll be the last achievement that we were planning on getting. I think that would be it for achievements after that, because there's just no chance we're getting Xiaohao rep.
Hello. May the mist
But yeah, let's do these one more time. Probably last time I'll ever do these. Oh, at least on here. These are really good ways to level characters, guys. Very attractive ways to level characters. I guess I have a lot of these, huh? 5 of those. Extra gems. Good possibility we come back to this someday. But also a good possibility that our last episode is this next one that I'm going to record. We'll see. I mean, I don't really have a lot that I want to do anymore at this point. It's just kind of doing the daily every day to get that extra bronze, but there's so much that you can farm outside of the daily as well that... Yeah, we definitely... Probably, yeah, maybe next episode we try to solo the raid then. Because it seems like we're actually at that point now where we're now either waiting for something new to be interesting or our time here has come to an end. It is fucking amazing. This is such a great... It really is a great thing. I just don't have as much time as I would like to do the stuff on it. But yeah, this has really opened my eyes to what WoW could be like if they made a proper... Like, if they made this the whole game. Now, I don't really know. Like, it's hard to separate because I feel like when I'm doing these videos on this channel, I'm not the same as when I'm doing a Mythic Plus, right? And I don't know that this type of gearing and this system would work in Mythic Plus. It's like competitive landscape world, right? But in terms of world content and leveling and exploration and achievements and collection and all the other stuff that comes with Mob Remix, it could not possibly be better. Couldn't. There's like, I can't think of a single thing that I would wish would happen. I can't. I really can't. Like, the only complaints I have are the community fucking with this mode so heavily with all their complaints and how much time I don't have to spend into it, really. Like, I could say how much time it takes to do things, but that's not the problem. The problem for me is that I don't have, you know, the 15 hours a day to just sit on the game like I did. Even back in MOP. Like, before I started making content, like, before I started trying to make a career out of YouTube and other stuff, like, I would just literally, like, during MOP, I would literally just wake up, log on, and just hang out in Discord. Well, back then it wasn't even Discord. It was Trello, I guess, still, but... So it's like this is... I'm more nostalgic about MOP than I am Classic. I think I've said that multiple times, but... This was the beginning of... Like, this was the actual end, really. It was, like, after MOP, a lot of my friends started quitting. Like, WOD was not a very good expansion. And this is when things went from, like, every single day, log on and have fun, from Wrath through MOP to, you know, priority shifting within the game and within the guild and within... Then at that point, I was like, all right, well, I want to turn this passion into a job now at this point, like around WOD. And yeah, that was that. I made my first YouTube video ever at the end of Cataclysm. I did make some videos on Ace Games TV in MOP, but it was mostly other people and me and Siler kind of managing it all. But then in WOD was when I started making content seriously. Actually, I think my favorite videos in MOP were the ones I made where we have the legendary quest line, but I did such a I haven't watched it in a while, and I honestly don't know if I want to. It's all on Ace Games TV, and that channel actually got like a bunch of views recently. Also, just as something I need to start bringing up now is that channel got like unmonetized somehow. I don't know why. I don't know if it because it fell okay because it fell below requirements or something like that. We were monetized with this company called Freedom since like since MOP pretty much. Back then, we actually owned a multi-channel network through Freedom. And so we had like a 90-10 rev share. Actually, I think it was 95-5. It was like basically we get all the revenue from the channel. And I just randomly logged on a couple days ago and noticed that I'm not getting monetized there anymore. And I don't know when the last time I got paid from Freedom was, but it used to be like $8 because I stopped making content there. Anyway, we still have to do these other ones. But yeah, I do now need to push to get that channel monetized again because I definitely want to be more active and make those TCG unboxings. And then, like I said, I'm going to do... So if you guys didn't see the video I published there, I'm going to do TCG unboxings. I got like plans for probably at least 4 videos. Then a video on the grading when the cards come back, my like live reaction to opening the graded cards. I also maybe will do something on my collection or something like that, just some general Pokemon card stuff. And then once that's done, I want to start playing my Pokemon game and uploading that there. And I wouldn't mind doing that pretty actively. Like I've always wanted to do it. I just didn't really feel like I wanted to do it on my own. I like having stuff recorded and documented. So, yeah, that's going to be the place for that. And then like I said, I'm open to maybe even playing other games there eventually. But yeah, we have such limited time that it's basically just going to mean less content here. So, you know, like I said, I've said this a bunch now, but like, I keep forgetting there's dailies I need to do. After my father passed away, it like really kind of shook my life to a point where I'm not, yeah, I don't know what you would say, but I need additional hobbies that are not like that are iterations upon hobbies I've already enjoyed. It's hard for me to continue to enjoy every single thing in my life the same way I used to without that, I guess. So that's why I started this channel in the first place, because I felt like my love for WoW had turned into a job. And it wasn't as enjoyable as it used to be to just simply log on WoW and do Mythic Plus all day. So I wanted to find a way that I could potentially feel like I was making progression in my life while still playing WoW. But also playing WoW in a way that's more fun and more oriented around fun first. And just that exploration of life, you know what I mean? Of what Mythic Plus isn't offering me. And now, you know, the more I do that, the more I realize, like, all right, well, there's a finite amount of WoW you can play. Like, I'm never going to infinitely enjoy WoW. There's always going to be time that I need to do something else. But because I've become almost like kind of dependent on this for therapy, it's kind of weird to say, but it's kind of true. Creating videos, and to some degree live streams have been the best therapy. I could only imagine, like I can't see how talking to a single individual about these things would make me feel better than just talking to everybody about them without... It's kind of like, I think the thing that is the nicest about it, which may not be obvious, is I can just say whatever I want, and there's like no, like I don't have to get pushed back, you know. And I know like good therapy would allow me to go at my own pace, but like I can just, you know, I can just stop whenever I want. I can just say what I want and then move on. If there's something I need to get off my chest, I can do it, even if it's not related to anything that would be stressful. Like, what is the quest that we have here? Even if it's just something about a video game that's bothering me, you know what I mean? Like, I'm obviously not going to pay somebody for that. Plus, yeah, obviously it's free. Not only is it free, but potentially earns money instead, so. But anyway, yeah, that's been really good for me, and I'm very happy with the results of it, so I want to keep doing things that are fun and engaging. Oh, there we go. That was the other weapon we needed, right? We've now gotten 3 items, and I'm pretty sure all of them have come from just killing mobs. I don't know that we've gotten anything from a box, but I don't know if that's a coincidence or not. It's probably not a coincidence, but it's probably still worth doing the box stuff, because otherwise you're just sitting there grinding mobs, which is tedious instead of engaging. But anyway, long story short, yeah, I want to make more content on things that I enjoy, as well as things that are funny and engaging, like on the main channel, so we have a good balance of both. And I think it's going great right now, given the fact that I don't have infinite amount of hours. I feel like the hours, I think I've learned to use the hours I do have way better than I have in the past. And there'll be times when I'm inactive, I'm sure I'm something, but it feels really satisfying to, like, it basically feels like every day is a little bit of a new adventure. Like, if I was to just do 7 days of Mythic Plus pugging, I think anybody who has ever done it before understands that that may not be the best thing for your brain. That would be the most expedient route towards success in my life, but it would be the most expedient route towards failing to care about the success anymore, you know? So it's actually like kind of perfect. This has been like a new adventure every day. Like this week, you know, we did Mythic Plus. It was actually quite engaging because, I don't know, I was just in a good mood this week, I feel like. Felt good. What else? Then oh yeah, we have none of these actually. Wow. Usually we have some. Yeah, so we did Mythic Plus through Thursday and Friday. I checked out the beta a bunch. Like, it was kind of exciting, but there wasn't really any prospect of me playing it. We did some Mop Remix last week. Like, you know, we did a bunch of the leveling challenge stuff. Then I started setting up the second channel. So started thinking about that channel again, and Pokemon and golf and all the stuff that I used to do on there. Then, you know, we got into the Pokemon collecting. Like, yeah, a lot happened this week. And it's a much more diversified happening, you know what I mean? Like, if I was only doing one type of content every day for the rest of my life, I probably would lose passion for it a lot quicker, is what I'm trying to say. So this actually works out really well. I'm very pleased with it. Even if it's not as much revenue right now, I hope that it will turn into something that I can use to sustain this hobby and this habit, and continue to enjoy all these things individually, and maybe have like a little bit of a following of people who just enjoy watching all these different things that I produce as much as anything game related. But yeah, just something mental. There's something in my head there, so good thoughts. Oh, now we have a cash key. Good things to think about and hopefully act on in the future. But for now, this and Ace Games TV, these are just going to be pure exploration of things that I find fun. I tried to make like a golf channel work, but it's just too much. It's impossible. I can't do it. It requires so much extra work. And honestly, it's not very fun editing the golf videos. I kind of like editing regular videos. There's this weird... I'm really glad I got this sword too, by the way. There's this really weird... Like, when you start editing a video, you get this pattern. You start learning patterns about how you speak. And... What am I doing? Am I just, like, randomly equipping this gear? Holy shit. That's unfortunate. I was trying to put it into the slot, but I guess I didn't click it. I have everything on now. 4-2 breastplate. Let's just check this way instead. But anyway, you start developing these patterns about how you create the content, and you can see the patterns coming a mile away. So one of my favorite things to do is record and then instantly go into the edit mode. Like, switch my brain into editing stuff. And it's like I'm a task force. Like, I feel like I'm like preparing and then creating content simultaneously in my brain. Like, as I'm recording the video, I'm already thinking about how I'm going to edit it. And then as I'm editing it, I'm recalling those thoughts, and it makes everything a lot more fun. But when you golf and it takes 4 hours to record and you're not really talking, like, I mean, by the end, I wasn't even talking in the videos I was making. it's a lot less fun. And then you have to like actually pay more attention to what's happening in the video, because when your primary form of content is coming through just the communication that you're saying on the video, you actually have these like visual cues as well on the editing program. It has these lines. It kind of shows like how the audio is peaking and all that, you know? So you can see like the ups and downs, and you'll be able to tell those ups and downs are derivative of something relevant to the video and potentially the passion that was said. It's hard to explain, I guess. I'm having trouble explaining it. But like if I see like a big elevated time in the video, I know like, oh, that's the time when I was really animated and really passionate about what I was talking about, and I'll know exactly what time. Like I don't even have to view the video to know what I need to edit in that moment. You know, that's what I'm trying to say. Like I can just look at what's on the edit mode, the timeline on DaVinci Resolve is what I use, and I can edit it before I even watch it. Like I don't even need to view it. I know exactly what happened when I recorded it only, you know, a little bit of time ago, and I can just get right to work. It's actually very, very fun. But with the golf content, it's the opposite. Is this guy dead or something? No. With the golf content, it's the opposite. Because with the golf content, I have to, like, there's no sounds. Like, you don't really get sounds. And obviously, I'm way less experienced with editing the golf content too, so that is a little bit frustrating at times. But anyway, it was a lot of work, and even though I love golf, it's fucking expensive. And like I've already, let's put it this way: even though I just bought $250 worth of Pokemon cards, I've spent more money on golf already this season, and I have not golfed a lot at all. Let's see how many times I actually played 18. I still have the spreadsheet for the golf stuff. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I played 18 only 7 times this year, and probably only walked 9 maybe 5 times, maybe 6 or 7 times. But that's well more than 200. I mean, I can't even imagine how it would. Let me just quickly add it up. This whole thing is on my head now. So Sand Springs, I think, was, I want to say it was 42. Pine Hills was only 21 because I walked there. Stonehenge, I think, might be 35. Let's just say 35. Conklin was 50. Wilkes-Barre Muni was 40, I think. And Great Bear was 65. I think it was 67. So yeah. $290. That's just on paying to walk to get onto the golf course. That's it. That's not including the golf balls I bought and lost. Not including, well, that's pretty much all. Well, gas, I guess, you know, driving to the golf course. Not including,
Welcome.
well, that's kind of it, really, but yeah. Anyway, no, that's not including the 9 holes stuff. The other the stuff I don't have documented. Those will probably be at most, this course is now, this new course I've been going to is $15. Which kind of sucks because it's like 15 minutes further, and it's $3 more than Summit Hills used to be, and it's not even like, and it's quite busy still. So every time I walk there, it's 15. Now in the beginning of the year, it was only 10 because they weren't properly fully open yet. So we would probably say that we spend, let's just say, probably $70 on walking 9 there. So yeah, we spent almost probably $400 on golf already this season, just with fees of entrance, not including any expenses like golf, like gas or golf balls that you lose. But I probably never have to buy golf balls again. I hadn't realized, I guess I have a bit of a collection. Like obviously this is why I like WoW so much. At times, like collecting stuff in WoW is very engaging. I have a bit of a habit. Problem, I guess, with collection, because if you see behind me at times in the videos that I make where that's present, those are all golf balls, and they're all what they call TP5 golf balls. It's a brand, and I really liked collecting all the different colors, all the different items that are on the balls. It seemed like I could see myself collecting them, but I didn't have a space to put them, so I kind of just stopped. Like, it felt like I was just wasting my own time because I was buying stuff that I didn't have anywhere to display. But I probably spent like, over the 4 years I've been golfing, I probably spent like, maybe close to $2,000 on golf balls. And I have so many now that I can't, like, I don't ever need to buy another golf ball. That's how many I bought. I probably never use the ones that I would look at as like collectible, but yeah, like here, I'm just gonna, hold on, I'm just gonna show you. So these are, if you ever watch any of the golf videos, I found out about buying used golf balls. And so those are used balls. I'm talking about buying used golf balls. These here are all used, but in a really, really good quality TP5 of the newest generation, which is like a very, like this is the golf ball I would use to be the most confident. But if I lose these, like, you know, these are expensive. These are like $2 to $3 a ball, even right now. So those are normally $5 a dozen, or yeah, it's like $5 a ball usually. I think maybe even more to buy them new. So it's a good deal to get them like in that shape. But I have just that. Those are all the best ones. Like that's like first edition Pokemon cards. Like that's how many first edition Pokemon cards I have. And then there's the bulk Pokemon cards, the equivalent of that for golf balls. You know what I mean? Like basically I just buy used golf balls and then separate out the best ones and then use the shitty ones. I don't have that many shitty ones left of that type, but I did also buy a bunch of yellow ones because when I was golfing up at Summit Hills, it was like impossible to find the golf balls at certain times because they did so little effort on maintaining the golf course that there would just be, it was like really, really difficult to maintain. Or really, really difficult to find golf balls because the grass was so shaggy and there's like weeds everywhere. So I just bought a bunch of yellow balls for times at Summit Hills. Now that that's closed, like I have all those left. So yeah, I pretty much have, I mean, I don't know how many dozen those are, but I'd imagine there's probably at least 4 dozen of those ones. And then I probably have another maybe 2 dozen of, maybe even 3 dozen of the shitty ones down there as well. And then I probably have like close to 3 dozen of the yellow balls and miscellaneous balls left. So I definitely have enough golf balls to last me like multiple years at this point. But yeah, if I ever do run out of these, I'll probably stop playing them. I really like the TP5, but I think it's mostly a placebo. Like, and now that I'm not golfing frequently enough, basically like what was happening was I would just, for shots I didn't care about, I would just play whatever golf ball I could find. Like if I found one on the ground or something like that, I would play it. And then it's like, all right, now I care. Put the TP5 on the tee. You know what I mean? That's how I would always do it whenever I would go practice up at Summit Hills. So like if I was going to go play at a course with my uncle or his friends or something like that, and I wanted to take that round serious, that was a TP5 round. You know what I mean? But like looking at the success rate I have with the different golf balls, it's like it does 0. It's like not helping me. It probably might even be hurting me, and that's why I started thinking about it more the last year. Because I'm like, I'm not convinced that this golf ball is actually doing anything for me, and it's fucking expensive. So I don't necessarily want to, what's going on here? Oh, this guy's in the cave. Yeah, I don't necessarily want to be one of those guys who just uses any random golf ball, because I do think that's a really good way to get inconsistent results regardless. If you're literally just picking up found golf balls and expecting them to be the exact same quality every time, you will not, that is not how it will work. It doesn't necessarily hurt that much, but I do think if you're going to play a round that you care about, you should use the same golf ball model at least every time you hit a ball. So that's definitely what I plan on doing, and if I ever do that again, I'm probably going to buy these nitro golf balls. I actually made a video on Ace Games TV back when I was trying to get good at golf, and my dad had bought a bunch of them before he quit. So I just kind of took them and used them and made a video on it, and it was actually crazy. Like, again, so much was probably placebo, but it would literally just totally, like, if the ball just went straight, like I felt like it might even be non-conforming. I don't know. It's a totally different feeling golf ball, and I think I actually prefer that. And because so much of it is placebo anyway, it would be a way easier thing to just be like, all right, who cares? Hit the shot, you know? Because these golf balls, I don't want to lose. Like, I don't want to fucking go to a golf course and lose 8 golf balls every time I play, you know? They're expensive, and even though I already bought them, it does feel like I'm losing money every time I play. But it's not really, like, that's just the price of golf. Like, I've come to terms with that. But, like, I don't think that I need to pay even $1 per ball. Like, you know what I mean? I don't think that's helping me. It's not really doing anything for me. It looks cool. I like those TP5s. They're really nice visually, but yeah, I think, honestly, I think like a harder, like a distance golf ball, whatever those, you know, the ones that are not tour golf balls, the Surlyn golf balls instead of the, I can't remember what the names of these materials are, but yeah, the cheaper golf balls, I think they're actually probably better for me. Because, you know, it's so much of it's placebo, so much of it's mental. Just being free to like rip and not care. You know what I mean? So I just go to Walmart and buy like 5 dozen of those, and that is gonna be fucking, I think they're like $8 a box for 12 or something. It's less than $1 per ball. It probably is less than $8. I'm gonna look this up. I'm all over the place this episode, sorry guys. Let's see, Nitro golf balls. Buy. It's, yeah, okay, you can buy them. Oh, it's some random website. Amazon? But yeah, well, that's actually a lot of money. That's way more than they would be at Walmart, right? Walmart's where they are like famous. I feel like that's like where they are most distributed. 45 pack for $27.97. I always do that wrong. 27.97 divided by, what was it, 45? That's a really weird number. But anyway, 60 cents a golf ball. Can't really feel like you're worried about losing those. But I would want to get at least some kind of, I don't know. Like, the thing I also like about the TB5 is it's very easily identified. It's been very unfortunate. Like, golf is a really weird sport in the way that you end. Oh yeah, Jix also told me to check something out. It's a really weird sport in that, like, finding your golf ball is a huge part of the difficulty of the sport. I did not expect that to be the case. And it's not that it's hard to find it per se, but it's a bit of an emotional roller coaster. This thing, huh? It's a bit of an emotional roller coaster at times. Because you're walking, like, it takes you some time to get to where the golf balls could be in the first place. And then you get there and it's not your golf ball. Or you get there and you don't know if it's your golf ball. So you have to dig through and look and see. And in the woods too at times, you know what I mean? So I definitely would want something that identifies it more than just a white ball. Because as much as I don't know, I don't love standing out, I also fucking hate is the right word, hate coming up to a golf ball that's not mine, thinking it's mine, preparing mentally about the next shot, and then realizing it's not mine. It is the worst. Dude, I'll tell you, the thing I hate the most about golf is finding golf balls. If there was a way that every single shot I hit could be found, no matter where, even if it's like lost, like even if I know it's in the water or the woods, I would be I would be much happier. But because I constantly hit shots, especially when I'm golfing alone, but even not, like even no matter what, I constantly hit shots where I don't know the result of. Like, I'm not sure why I can't find the golf ball. Like, it should not be lost. It's simply, I'm looking in the wrong spot kind of thing, you know? And when I started, I really was upset about this. I talked a lot about it on Ace Games TV, and people were trying to like settle me down, saying like, oh, this is normal. Once you get more experience with golf, you'll be able to visually tell where they land better. Obviously, once you get more experience with the golf course, you'll know more likely where you're hitting it. And that was true. Like, I golfed at Summit Hills for I probably golfed there like 200 times, maybe more. Some of those holes I might have played like 300-400 times because I would just play the same hole over and over again sometimes. and I'd still lose fucking balls. Like, there literally 400 times I played this one hole, and I'd lose a golf ball there every single time. Like, it was bizarre. Like, you'd hit the golf ball, it was a blind shot. I knew how far I was hitting it, I knew where it should be landing, and I still wouldn't be able to find it. And it's just the most fucking demoralizing thing ever. When you hit a good shot and you cannot find your golf ball. It is the worst feeling. Like, I cannot express to you how bad of a feeling that is. It would be like, I mean, I can't even come up with a WoW equivalent, but it would be, I guess, like, yeah, you're doing a progression key. You're gonna upgrade it easily. Like, you maybe even are gonna, like, 2 chests at a time. Like, that's how good it's going. And then somebody DCs on the last boss and you don't complete the key anymore because of that. That's the only thing that could even sound remotely similar. It's not really, but it's a similar feeling. Like, wow, this is great. Oh, you know what I mean? Like, it's like everything's going great. Fuck. But I just had to reconcile the fact that, like, okay, I'm gonna lose a lot of golf balls. These things are expensive, but that's why I bought used balls. Like, I'm taking measures to mitigate the problems I'm having, and I don't care about the sport, the rules of the sport enough to be, like, beating off to the rule book like some people do. Like, because if you lose a golf ball, that's a penalty. Like, first of all, absurd. Whoever fucking came up with that rule is absurd, because in the professional golf world, nobody ever loses a golf ball. Because there's a million fucking people watching them. There's cameras on them. There's people waiting for their golf ball to drop, and then they put little fucking signs next to it, like a little flag. Like, it's like, bro, they're cheating. Like, what are you talking? This is cheating. It's so crazy. There's a penalty for losing your golf ball. You only have 3 minutes to look for it, and there are people helping you look for it that you do not employ, that are not part of the competition. What is this? This is the most imbalanced thing ever. It's like, okay, so if you're a shitty amateur golfer, you are getting penalized where a fucking pro is not. That is crazy. That should never... I mean, I have some really negative things to say about the rules in golf, honestly. I'm not sure I have anything positive to say about it, frankly. It seems like the rules of golf are there to be frustrating above competitive. And I think the thing that's most annoying is how the rules of golf are actually meant to be totally self-enforced, yet they totally encourage you to cheat. Like, it's literally like begging you to cheat. It's like, oh, you should cheat here, but if you do, you're a coward and you're going to be worse at the game. You know what I mean? It's like trying to taunt you into thinking, oh, I can probably get away with this. Like great example, like, you could move your golf ball a few inches, and that's a penalty. You know what I mean? You might accidentally step on your golf ball, and there's a different rule about that. Then you might accidentally kick it. Then like, you intentionally stepped on it. You know what I mean? There's like, oh, I made a mistake. That's a different mistake. That's a different outcome than I didn't make a mistake. I did it on purpose. Okay, is there another sport like that? What other sport is like that? Like, there's no other sport like that, dude. I accidentally fouled this guy. All right, that's fine. No, it's still a fucking foul. Like, that's a foul. You fucking define the rules of the sport, and whether or not the person does it intentionally or not, it's a penalty. But in golf, oh, I didn't mean to accidentally hit the golf ball off the tee. I was just taking a practice swing. That's not a penalty, but I swung the club and I swung it so poorly that I did intend to hit the ball, and I didn't hit the ball. This is a rule, by the way. This is a fucking rule I'm explaining to you right now. It is a rule in golf that if you swing the club and do not intend to hit the golf ball, but hit the golf ball, it's not a penalty, and you just put the golf ball back, okay? It's also a rule that if you swing the golf club and fail to make fucking contact with the golf ball, you did not even move it, it's a penalty. It counts as a stroke or whatever. Who's fucking coming up with this shit? It's like they're literally trying to tilt you. Like, they're trying to make you frustrated. And I get it. It's probably purely bred out of these weird situations that pros find themselves in. That, like, over the years that they have to... Because I think at one point it was a penalty. if you hit the golf ball, no matter what, even if you don't intend to do it. It's like, it's a common joke in golf. Like, you put the golf ball down, then you put the club down behind it to start beginning your routine. And you might accidentally touch the ball and it falls off the tee. This is like one of the lamest fucking jokes in any sport. People are like, that's two. When you put it back on, like it's some kind of stupid fucking meme, like a dad joke, you know? Really clever. Anyway, that used to be that way, but now it's not. As long as you don't intend to hit the golf ball, it's not a penalty. And you tell me right now how that's fair and enforceable. Like, you know what basketball looks like nowadays, right? Go watch the NBA, dude. These guys literally, as they're making their shot, they're complaining to the ref. They're trying to manipulate the outcome of another human being's decision. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's actually crazy. This is what professional sports look like right now. And yeah, that's scummy. But these guys' career is on the line here, dude. Like, if Luka Doncic and Kyrie Irving beat the Celtics in the finals, their careers are going to go on a trajectory that they wouldn't if they failed to beat the Celtics in the finals. So obviously they're going to fucking try to cheat within the rules as much as they possibly can. But yet in golf, where there's no referees at all, they don't exist. They only come into play when something went wrong and you now need to clarify exactly what the severity of what went wrong is. And this only exists in the pro circuit. Like, there's nothing like this in the amateur level, from what I could tell. I mean, unless you're also in some competitive avenue as an amateur, but regardless, just playing and keeping a handicap, there's no way to get the help of a rules official if you're unsure. And this is another thing, another fucking rant. No way to get the help of a rules official, and if you break the rule without realizing it, it's a penalty. Like I said before about stepping on your golf ball and all that stuff, like if you do the wrong thing, if I stepped on it, I need to do this now instead. I accidentally stepped on it. I need to do something. You do the wrong thing, it's a penalty. Like, I think you need to like recreate your lay or your lie or whatever, and I don't know. No, like there's all kinds of small stipulations about what you do in this situation. If you don't do it right, you get penalized, even though there was nobody to oversee that other than you. So you telling me right now, why would you not cheat? Like, it's literally telling you to cheat, right? Because it's saying like, all right, well, you're not knowledgeable enough to do this perfectly. There's nobody there to help you do it perfectly. It's a tremendous advantage for you to do it wrong, and if you do it by accident at times, you won't be punished. It's actually fucking insane. Like, the sport is so insane in its competitive rule set. And people just, like, I'm talking about, like, they fucking feed off to this thing. They are so, like, they have a priority with the rules more than they have a priority of have fun. It's actually crazy, because a similar thing happens in Mythic Plus, where people are trying to score over have fun. This is worse in golf, because these people are not, like, this is not a competitive venture. We're talking about people who literally play golf once a week, and they're not, like, you know what I mean? They have no competitive avenue to improve at this sport. They're never going to be a pro. They're never going to make $1 off the sport professionally. And they're still like, no, I did this. I got to do that now. It's like, bro, just do whatever is the most fun. This is the way I look at golf, man. And the amount of people who hate on that is crazy. Like, I say, like, I do not keep score the same way most people do. If I'm playing alone and something totally, like, not within the sport happens, I'm going to adjust the score for that. Like, this is a great example. Up at Summit Hills, there would constantly be areas that should have been labeled lateral hazards, or whatever, like, not actually out of bounds, just hazards. Or, like, things that are hazards and aren't labeled hazards at all. And if I went in there, it's like, okay, that's a hazard. Like, I'm not, you know what I mean? That's not out of bounds. I'm not going to take a fucking 2-stroke penalty. It's clearly supposed to be a hazard. They just don't have any fucking stakes up because they don't give a fuck about this golf course. Or like areas of completely unfair playability, like they didn't cut the grass properly, so parts of the fairway are like rough. Like, I mean, come on, man, this is just silly. The rules do not apply unilaterally to every single golf course, and they are. Did that guy just die? Anyway, they are like the death of fun at times. So yeah, I have no qualms about doing this. I will never play golf competitively. I don't want to play golf competitively. I don't want to compete against other people while playing golf. I do not want to steal money off people and like act like this matters more than it does. I play golf for fun, for personal progression. If I could play golf solo every single time, I would do that. I enjoy golf alone. I enjoy being part of nature and just experiencing golf that way. And it is a good little way to keep track. So I feel like as long as I am consistent in the things I do, it's not harming anybody. But if you said that to go on the golf Reddit. I used to go on the golf Reddit every single day for multiple hours a day. Go on the golf Reddit and say that. Just make a post talking about that. See what your replies are. There'd probably be more people supporting you nowadays than there was a couple years ago. But when I started and I, explained the way I thought about golf, people were like, well, you shouldn't even play the sport then. That's not the sport. You're playing something else. I was like, I am just hitting the golf ball with my club, bro. I don't give a fuck what you think about it. Like, I really, you know what I mean? I really don't. I don't care about this weird fraternal order of golfers, like fucking Knights Templar of golfers that think like there needs to be some legacy order withheld, otherwise you're somehow cheapening the game. I don't understand it. It's a fun sport because there's an infinite amount of progression to make. It gets you out into nature, it gets you some exercise, especially somebody like me. I need that. But man, do people just take the sport way too fucking serious, and the rules literally encourage you. Like, it is so easy to cheat. And it's like the rules are taunting you. Like, they're actually set up to make you feel like, well, I could probably cheat here. You know what I mean? It's like I could bend the rule extremely slightly and get a big benefit from doing so. And it's likely nobody will find out. Like, if I go into the woods, I'm alone in the woods looking for my golf ball, and I can't find my golf ball, and again, it's not labeled a hazard, even if it is. You know what I mean? Like, there's going to be penalties here if I can't find this ball. But if I do find this ball, I may still be able to make a good score on this hole. Well, I can't find it. And the clock's ticking now. I'm getting sick of looking either way, even if I'm not worried about the clock ticking. And nobody's around me. All right, I got another ball in my pocket. I found it. You know, like, it's so easy. It's so easy, and there's no oversight, and there's no. It's just really a strange sport. And anyway, that's enough. But yeah, I am gonna get off this episode. We will be back with one more, and in the next episode, we may very well be done after that one. So stay tuned, guys. Might have our last episode of Mob Remix coming up. We have some things I want to do first, and then we're gonna try soloing the raid, and we will see what the likelihood of that is and what the future might hold for that front. But yeah, very likely we're coming up to our last few hours of Mob Remix together. So thank you for watching, guys. It's been a true pleasure. We will see you guys in the next episode.